The best video games of all time, the worst creators of all time, biggest video games ever released. What games do you remember from your childhood? All that and more coming up on the podcast with Spike and Mad. Hello and welcome to the podcast with Spike and Mad. I am Spike.
And I'm Mad.
Today we are joined with a fantastic guest. We've got a great show planned today. Our guest today is JP. JP's an avid gamer. He streams a little bit on Twitch. He builds PCs, and he's an absolute madman. Super excited to have JP on the show. What do you got to say, JP?
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. Since you are a gamer, more so than us, and I've gamed quite a bit, Ollie games quite a bit, but you're a gamer.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's your thing. We figured we would talk about gaming in general today on the show. Now you build PCs and you're a PC gamer now, right?
Oh yeah.
So how does that differ from consoles?
Well,
gaming wise, is it different community feelings? The gameplay, like how does that really differ?
Really, it's everything. I mean, PC gaming is like the pinnacle of gaming. You're going to have, the highest possible system potential. You're going to be running games at the highest frame rate. You're going to be having probably the biggest library of games as well, because if you're going to be playing an Xbox 360, you're only going to be able to go back one generation. PC, you can play games from 1990, even before that. So it's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. I remember up until recently, or the last couple generations of consoles, they were backwards compatible. Like with the PS2, you could play PS1 games, but a lot of the new consoles won't even let you do that. Like you can't play a lot of 360 games on Xbox One, which kind of pisses me off because like I already have this catalog of games and I've already given money to Microsoft once. Why do I have to buy them again?
They want you to rebuy them. They want you to buy the digital version.
Yeah, I'm actually currently playing Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, that's dope.
Very good game.
My favorite game.
Arguably the best Fallout game.
It's my
Probably
favorite.
consensus best Fallout game.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite for sure.
Now, I wanted to get in a little bit of this. I have a bad habit of talking way too much, so I wanted to let our guest talk, obviously, and get his opinion on this stuff. So I got a couple topics here. What's one of the first games that you really remember grinding on, playing to completion? Like, what was the game? What was the platform? And just give us some background on that.
Okay, this is an easy one for me. The first game that I really remember grinding it out that I needed to put some time into was Mario 64. It was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
And that's the one that's on N64 where the fucking controller was like a plane, like an airplane wheel.
I grew up on that, so that's kind of my bread and butter, the N64 controller. But yeah, that was my shit back in the day.
How many hours do you think you have on that?
Oh, I don't know, but I would say I've completed the game at least 5 times with 100 completion with 120 stars. But it's a classic.
You hear that? You hear that, boys and girls? Yeah, that's true. Like Mario, even Sonic, some of the older games, N64, Nintendo, or Sega games, they're classics and they're timeless. And like you play Mario Kart now, and it's still good.
Yeah.
But you go back and you play something like Morrowind or even Oblivion. Like those games did not age well, and they're significantly younger than some of the other Nintendo and Sega games. I just think that's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I want to hear your first video game that you really put a lot of time into.
A lot of time and effort into. Definitely Fallout 3.
That was your first? I feel you.
Okay, so there had been games in the past, like on a Game Boy and stuff like that, but like Fallout 3, like I remember, like I like the whole like story behind it. You know what I mean? The whole apocalypse and everything. And my friend had it for the 360, but he like hated it. So I was like, "Yo, like, you mind if I play this?" And he gave it to me, and then I played it, and I just fell in love with it. Like every day and like every night, I used to playing this game.
The first time I played it, I just thought it was hard as fuck.
I just thought it was so dope. Like you'd walk around and see like the Brotherhood of Steel, or you'd see like some like crazy like mutated creature, and like I was just in love with the game.
So was it like you were in another world?
Yeah, like no joke.
And
like I was it really transported me to like this make believe world. It's like really cheesy, but like that's literally what it was.
yeah, and I mean, I don't even think it's that cheesy. There's a lot of people that use video games to be a release from reality. You know, like my brother, when he got back from his first tour overseas, he got like way deep into Halo. And he was dealing with some PTSD stuff, and he started gaming, like hardcore gaming, going to tournaments and stuff. And I felt like it was a good outlet for him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool.
I feel like gamers a lot of times get a bad rap. You know, you hear about these kids in like a Korean internet cafe that plays Diablo for 3 days, forgets to drink water, and fucking dies.
Yeah, escapist.
You know. But that's obviously a very, very slim swath of the gaming community, you know?
Yeah, but there definitely is dangers behind gaming.
For sure. Yeah, like just gaming addiction in general. I feel like
internet addiction.
Yeah, people can have an unhealthy relationship with anything, you know? Like that show, My Strange Addiction, you're like, what? People are drinking fucking paint thinner? That's
that
a thing
amazing.
that happens?
Absolutely fantastic.
Right? Yeah, like, I didn't even know I thought it was interesting until I'd watched like 10 episodes back to back to back to back. And I was like, now my new addiction is My Strange Addiction.
Have you seen the one where the guy has like all the pool animals?
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah.
No, I haven't.
Is he like
he has all these
in love with one of them, right?
No, he's in love. Yeah, or all of them. He's got these like inflatable, like, you know, floaty things for your pool. They're like inflatable whales and like animals. And he like sets them all up around his table and like eats dinner with them and stuff. And he like pretends that they're real.
Oh, I mean, I do that too.
Yeah, well,
I didn't know that was weird.
Wait,
I just thought it was weird they made an episode about it.
Yeah, that seems less self-destructive than that. There was a girl that ate sponges.
But it's not self-destructive. It's just simply strange. But the girl,
Yeah.
I mean, the girl that ate sponges, yeah, that was some weird.
And they were talking about how many she ate and how long she'd eaten them for, and she'd eaten like 4 truckloads of sponges.
Or the girl that ate the mattresses. Sorry.
Mattresses.
Yeah.
Mattresses,
That one too.
That's what I saw.
There was a tattoo artist on there that drank animal blood.
Oh my gosh.
How do you get introduced to that? Like, you have a raw steak one day and you're like, you know what I want? I want only the blood.
Reddit, man.
Yeah, like, look, you talk to the chef and you're like, chef, I want you to just squeeze this steak over my plate and I'm going to drink it from the plate. I'd make it more weird and I'd drink it from a plate. I wouldn't even drink it from a glass.
Nice.
Just get all over my face. So yeah, this is what I do it for. Do it for the views.
You know, since we're on the topic of gaming, you know, and we're talking about blood, and you guys have heard of liquid-cooled PCs?
Yeah.
That was the best segue I've ever heard.
Blood-cooled PCs. I didn't really have anything else to say other than that.
So wait, like, so you sit down and you put an IV in while
you'd have to run. Yes, you'd have to run it with your own blood, or you couldn't play. It would prevent overuse.
You go into the PC. Shit, we keep talking on top of each other. But so you go into the PC shop and there's like O positive blood type fucking coolers and A negative. Like there's different blood types. You're like, this one works better if you're an O positive. If you game in the morning when your blood pressure's a little bit lower. You know.
I'm O negative, so I can play any PC.
If you're gonna play something that's more intense, like a PUBG or a Fortnite or something, you definitely want to work out first, get your blood pressure up, and then plug in, and you're ready to go. Like, it sells itself. We should patent that $1 million idea.
That's horrifying.
You heard it first on Spike and Mad. JP gets a small cut, but I'm gonna claim that, even though he's the one that said it.
Yeah, we're gonna be putting up a link, Amazon affiliate for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Now there's been some great games out there. One of the first game franchises I fell in love with was the Need for Speed franchise. You guys remember that?
Definitely.
Where you could like fucking customize your car, and it was right when the Fast and Furious movies came out, like the ones that were actually good, you know. And well, the ones that I remember being good because there were like girls in skimpy outfits in them, and I was in like 3rd grade, so. So I played those games hardcore, and then I remember like playing. The reason I enjoy games and really they have a special place in my heart is because like I'm 6 years younger than my next brother, you know, and that was like the one time that I got to hang out with my bros is when I was playing Xbox with them, and I remember it was on the Xbox controller that was like a lunchbox, like the first generation one with the black and white buttons. That was like just
black and white buttons.
Yeah, what rest
I forgot about those.
Whatever happened to those? I just thought it was really cool. And now I wanted to talk to you guys about what do you think makes a good game? Because I loved games with good bosses, you know. And one of the games that really sticks out to me is God of War.
Oh yeah.
Has these super badass 40-foot tall creatures that you fight, you know.
You're killing gods pretty much, or those are like the villains, you know. Like what's better than that?
Yeah, and a lot of games recently there's not a lot of boss fight games anymore. At least from what I've noticed.
Yeah, Dark Souls is kind of like the big boss game nowadays.
Yeah, and now that same dev team made that Sekiro game, which is like anime Dark Souls. I just think that we need to bring back the boss fights.
Yeah, I love boss fights.
I mean, that could just be me. What's one of the most badass bosses that really sticks out in your brain in a game?
Oh, easy. King Boo, Luigi's Mansion.
There you go.
That's it right there. That's the answer.
You go into the well. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, you go in the well, and you're like looking through a hole, and Mario's been captured by King Boo, dude. It's so epic.
Oh shit!
I don't know. That's just extremely memorable.
Yeah, and you're just like, all right, it's time to fucking.
It's time to battle, dude.
Pull up your overalls. Put on your plumber cap.
It's the first time you see Mario in person in the entire game.
Oh my gosh.
No. What I was gonna say is like along the lines of like bosses and like builds and stuff. We don't really have any more like memorable villains, you know. Like there's no more like Bowser's or like Darth Vader's like in video games anymore.
Which is weird because
who would you say?
It's a good point though. I don't know. I couldn't say off the top of my head.
Well, it's clear that the gaming community wants that because when you see, like in Battlefront, all the teaser videos of the Star Wars Battlefront where you see Vader walking around killing people, how badass was that?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's super fucking cool. And a hero is, not to get too metaphysical here, but a hero is only as good as the villain.
Yeah. If anyone sees just like Bowser by himself, they know like, oh, that's Bowser. You know what I mean? From like Mario. But like, if anyone sees like any of the Dark Souls villains, they don't know who that is, or you know what I mean? They can't connect it. So like, I'm just saying like, it'd be nice if you got like another game with like a great villain.
Do you think the villain needs to move from game to game in a franchise, or do you think it's okay to kill the villain each game?
I would say like, it just depends on the game, you know?
Yeah, it could be done well either way.
Yeah.
Well, Halo 2, arguably the best Halo game, there was a giant boss fight at the end with Tartarus. Remember that?
Yeah.
The big Brute King with the giant fucking hammer.
Yeah, actually, even I remember that, and I barely played the game.
Yeah, that was super cool. Super cool, because you saw this guy in the cutscenes. You were leading up to fighting this guy. It was a cause you could get behind, you know? And I just think that's really cool. Having a strong boss.
And the game got like built up to it. It wasn't just like a boss fight for no reason. You know, you were ready for it.
Now, what are some games that you think need to be brought back and remastered? Because, like I said, some games didn't really age well, like Oblivion, but there's been some remastering examples, like when Halo remastered the original Halo Combat Evolved. That was pretty cool, you know. So what are some games that you would like to see a dev team grab and remaster?
Ooh.
I was talking to my brother about this yesterday. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but did you guys ever play Fable 2?
Yeah.
I don't know if I played the first one or the second one. I just remember that you could like dance for people and stuff.
Yeah, it was just so like I don't know. There was like a endless thing. It was an endless amount of things you could do in that game, and like the fighting style was dope. It like reminded me of like Skyrim. Like
it was
like,
definitely ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was for sure ahead of its time. But like you could do like magic in one hand and like a sword in the other hand, and like you just fight like this like different like number of like villains. You know, like there was like little gremlins and stuff. It was like the only fantasy game I liked. Before Skyrim came out, of course.
Well, I remember they made the Fable on the Xbox Connect, and it just flopped.
Dude, I remember going like to Nebraska Furniture Mart like a couple months after it was released, and it was like in the bargain bin for like $5.
Oh,
nice.
No.
It like straight flopped, just so bad.
Yeah, the Connect in general just flopped.
Actually, it was really cool, but yeah, the games were cool, bad.
Yeah, like they didn't really do much with it.
It was a cool concept, but even like the Wii was the only people that played Wii was at a party, and they played Wii bowling. You know, nobody grinded on the Wii. I don't really feel like those movement games are really friendly to the gaming community.
What was the last topic? I don't think I got the answer. What makes a game good?
No.
Yeah.
What game would you remaster?
But
before that one.
Oh,
before that one, it was, what do you think are some of the, just, if you boil it all down, what are some of the main ingredients that have to be in a game for it to be good?
For a game to be good, it doesn't have to be like any specific elements, but like there has to be some elements that work, and they have to work together. So I think for each game that could be different. But I was just thinking, for example, I've been playing like a One Piece game, and you guys know that I love One Piece. And it's just terrible. It's like the same world and all the characters and everything, but just something about the game doesn't mesh. It's just not fun. So I don't know. Something about a game makes it tough.
But so are you more attracted to the difficulty of a game? Because like I know that you play a lot of Escape from Tarkov, or did.
Yeah.
And that game is very repetitive. So what makes it good to you then?
I guess the challenge, is a big thing for me.
So the variety then becomes you're facing an infinite amount of different people. And that's the variety.
Well, with people, I mean, you never know what you're going to get. So
right. So you have infinite variety in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to, I'm sorry. I just was, I was just thinking about that. I didn't quite get to give an answer. So
that's my bad. Sometimes I just go off on tangents.
All good, man.
Now, what would be a dream game? Like, is it a first-person shooter? Is it an RPG? Is it some elements of both? One of my favorite games, which I would consider a great dream game, would be like the Mass Effect trilogy. I thought it was fantastic until they took a giant shit on everybody at the end. But what do you think would be a perfect storm dream game?
I think a DayZ style game where it's survival, but it's super immersive would be awesome, because interacting with other people is like the best part of gaming. Yeah,
and I think that is more healthy than just grinding on a game by yourself, like Skyrim. You actually get to talk to other people and experience the world of different people. So, and I think they're pretty close to what you're talking about with Fallout 76, but it was just a baby that was picked up and dropped repeatedly.
Yeah, but it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a stepping stone for like future games, but it was just kind of a letdown for like Bethesda as a whole, A
little bit. I mean, that is probably one of the craziest things. They just handled everything so horribly.
Well, I mean, it just kind of like tear down. It's like it tore down its reputation as
and where do they go from company. Here?
I mean, they got like memed and like pretty much just like ripped to shreds online.
I could see them getting the No Man's Sky treatment though, where after like a few updates, people start to actually really enjoy the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like when games release, or when companies release an unfinished game. I would rather them just take longer in development and release a game that is just not bare bones. Maybe it doesn't have to be completely 100% finished, but I'd like to be have more stuff than, like, when you look at the life cycle of a game, at the very beginning, there's the most interest. So why wouldn't you have the most options when people are the most interested at the beginning?
Well, here's the deal. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'll just say the main problem with that is like the hype builds up. You know what I mean? The longer you wait, the hype just keeps going up and up and up. And no matter what, you'll never be able to like suffice that.
Yeah. Yeah, look at Apex Legends. They just released the game without any like notice at all, and it was a smash hit. And if they would have like told us they were doing a battle royale game, people would have been pissed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, another battle royale. Yeah.
But what it comes down to with the unreleased games getting released nowadays, I totally feel you, but you got to look at it from the perspective of these game companies. They don't want to like pour the hours in to like create a fully fleshed out game with bug testing and all of that when they could just release like a bare bones kind of like early access version, release it and just have the public test it. They're saving time and money. So that's why they do it.
I get that. So we're going to shift topics a little bit from gaming and on to weird news. But first, we are going to have a little message from our sponsor. And after the break, we're going to talk about, of course, weird Florida news, and then a plea deal involving a lemur stolen from a zoo. Coming up after the break. All right, gentlemen, welcome back from the break. If you didn't know already, I'm Spike. He is Mad. We got JP joining us here. So, Florida man charged. How many times have we heard this, right? Florida man faces obscenity charges for an I eat ass window sticker.
Oh, my God.
What a madman.
Over a bumper sticker?
Yeah. Florida man facing obscenity charges for an I eat ass window sticker on his pickup truck finds his arrest a little hard to swallow. Now, I mean, to me it's harmless, but I would never put that on my vehicle.
I like this little quote. When the deputy asked the subject how a parent of a small child would explain the meaning of the words, Dylan Shane Webb said it would be up to the parent. He's just leaving it all on them. He doesn't give a fuck.
I just think this is... Oh, he got a $2,500 bond.
Nice. I'm actually going to... I think I'm going to pay that bond, dude. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Like, this man needs to be released.
Somebody already has, I'm sure. If this is a viral story.
Yeah, this is crazy to me. Like, why would you put that... I don't like bumper stickers in general. When people are like, it just says, "Give me my coffee and nobody gets hurt." You know, like I don't care. I don't like bumper stickers.
Me either.
But it should be, and people can put whatever they want on there.
Sure, I think this is just like a joke, but
I mean, maybe this man just loves to eat booty, you know, and wanted to tell the world.
The truck
went to jail for it.
The truck was towed, but the sticker was still in place when he retrieved the vehicle from the impound lot.
I figured that somebody would have taken it as a souvenir. I would have. I put that on a T-shirt. No.
Get your man. Spike and Mad merch in the link.
Yes, Spike and Mad on the front.
Oh
I eat ass on the back.
On the back.
Dude, that's gonna be a hot T-shirt at Urban Outfitters. All right, we got another Florida man story here.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this guy's face.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah. This is great. Florida man gets a DUI after crashing lawnmower into police car. So, couple things. I didn't know you could get a DUI for driving a lawnmower.
Oh my God.
And his license was suspended. Oh, his license has been suspended since 1978.
Oh.
Since 1978.
So is he Happy Gilmoring around on a lawnmower?
Oh my
1978, that's a long time. What did this guy do?
Did you guys read right here? However, Anderson insisted the police put cocaine in his system.
What?
They just held him down.
Just shoved cocaine down his nose.
That's amazing. What's
What's
going on in Florida? This has been a thing for a long time. There's always weird news in Florida. What do you guys think it is?
There's
drugs,
water.
Man.
There's fluoride in the water that's making the frogs gay.
Dude, so
Alex
true.
Jones was right.
Alex Jones Rest in peace, Alex Jones's platform.
Oh, they can say rest in peace, Alex Jones, and I was like, what the fuck?
Anderson remains in Polk County Jail in lieu of a $3,000 bail. My man in jail for crashing a lawnmower.
You gonna bail him out?
Right after we get the I eat ass guy out of jail.
Yeah, he's first priority.
Then he's gonna drive that truck over and get this guy out, throw his lawnmower in the back, and drive him home.
Let's go, buddy.
Have you seen the YouTube video? It's like a vine, and the guy's on a lawnmower, and he goes, "Hell yeah!" And then he pulls out a gun and points it at a cop car. And goes,
he says,
"Oh yeah, God.
Oh yeah."
And then it's just over, and you're like, "Whoa, what happened?" Like,
yeah,
I want to know more. This guy has seen some things.
His eyes are so red.
He's got that 1,000-yard stare.
1,000-yard stare.
Gary Wayne Anderson. That is a lawnmower crashing name.
I know.
If I've ever heard one. Jeez. Now, not a lot to talk about there. Those are pretty surface stories here. But here's one that I think we can talk about. This one. Man agrees to plead guilty to stealing. Okay, there's an ad playing. I'm sick of ads.
Nice.
Stop ads. Okay. Man agrees to plead guilty to stealing endangered lemur from zoo to be his pet. What? First of all, would you guys want a lemur as a pet?
Yeah. Whoa. Have you ever seen Madagascar?
Have you ever seen Zaboomafoo? Remember that show?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude. What a great show. The Crap Brothers.
Yeah. They made a new one, right? It's like animated, and it's called like the Crap Bros.
Yeah, and they like transform into
animals and stuff.
Different. Yeah, but
that's not even the best part of the story.
Okay, I'm still getting an ad. Go ahead and tell us what the best part is.
This isn't the first time Casbar has been accused of stealing animals. The Los Angeles Times reports that he is a suspect in a string of home robberies on Balboa Island last year that included the theft of one woman's beloved reptile. He took my little pet tortoise, a tortoise I'd had for 10 years.
Oh my God.
No.
He takes whatever he wants like it's his God-given right. He's damn good at it, and he'll do it again.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
He is a pet thief.
Is that a threat? I'll do it again.
Look at this guy's face.
I know. He looks like he's fucked up.
Yeah, he looks just stoned out of his mind. But he's not as bad as the other guy.
No. But, I mean, fast forward about 45 years.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
It's the same guy. This man is going to be driving lawnmowers before we know it.
Yeah.
So, what an interview. This man, he takes whatever he wants. It's his God-given right. What? So, why are you stealing animals? And it says that he wants it to be his pet, but I feel like if you're stealing multiple animals, you got to be selling them.
Oh, yeah,
unless you just have a wild kingdom in your house.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you see those like ladies that have like 50 cats living in their house, and you know what I mean? They just want more and more cats every time. So maybe this guy has the same effect. Do you have 50 cats?
No, JP's a cat guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah. I like cats too, but like, there's like those chicks you see on the news that have like just like 100 cats, or like just like all the stray cats are just like going to their house and just eating the food, and like the lady.
Yeah, and then when they die, the cats eat them.
Yeah, and then like or like when animal services come and like they have like a bunch of cages outside collecting all these animals.
Yeah. Now this guy apparently took this lemur. Which, how do you get a lemur out of a zoo? You shove it in a duffel bag, I guess?
He put it in a plastic drawer, apparently.
Yeah, and then he took it to his hotel and then decided he didn't want it. And then left it in the hotel.
Yeah.
What the? This dude is definitely on drugs.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can... Yeah. This man.
I wouldn't want it either.
This legend.
They probably should everywhere.
I wonder... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I guess they're like primate-ish. Because there's a bunch of weird animals around New Zealand, Australia, Madagascar, Tasmania, because they're like islands. You know?
Yeah.
So it's only their gene pool. So that's why you see like marsupials there, like kangaroos and shit that are nowhere else in the world. Fuck it, dude. I'll steal a lemur.
There used to be this.
Let's go tonight. Kansas City Zoo.
There used to be a pet store about like had a lemur, or I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was by my grandparents' house.
What's like your dream pet? What would you have if you could like talk to it and be like, all right, listen, you don't get to eat me, all right? And he or she is like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna eat you, so you can have a tiger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would it be?
I'd probably get a dog. Being able to talk to your dog would be so dope.
Oh, you want to talk? Well, you only get to talk to it to agree that it's not going to eat you, and then it becomes a stupid animal again.
I probably like a tiger.
But then like you have to like walk him and stuff, and then the neighbors start looking at you, all weird.
Fuck it, dude. You'd be like, I have a tiger. I'm going to set my tiger on you.
I'm going to sick him on you. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe a shark.
Would it be like a... I mean, I was about to ask a dumbass question. I'll be like, would you have it on a leash, you know?
Of course. I'm not a bad owner.
That'd be a rough walk. You know those dogs where it's like they don't want to be walked and they're like, what are you, dragging your dog? Like, yeah, I'm dragging my shark. He'll fucking learn. He'll learn to walk if he doesn't want to get drugged anymore.
What's your dream animal?
I feel like it'd be some kind of primate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a gorilla would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be dope. That'd be
because
so
they
cool.
could, if they're pretty intelligent, you could help them. Like you could train them to do stuff.
What about a giraffe?
But where are you gonna keep it?
In my backyard.
In the yard?
Yeah, and then like you don't have to pay for gas anymore. He's just giving you rides all around town.
That's stupid.
Yeah, giraffes aren't very quick.
Oh, really? Okay, what about a zebra?
How far are you gonna go? And then what are you gonna like? Are you gonna tie it to a post while you're?
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like a cowboy.
No, dude.
Wow, I lied, dude. Giraffes' max sprint is 37 miles per hour.
I was gonna say they look pretty fast when they're running from like tigers. I mean,
yeah, but you're not gonna set the cruise on a giraffe to 37.
Dude, everyone knows you gotta just kick him on the side of the ribs, give him one good kick with the back of your boots, and he's off.
Dude,
wow, rhino's 31 miles per hour.
I'll take a rhino.
You know, they say that one of the most, like, if not the most dangerous animal as far as body count is if you rule out like mosquitoes, is the fucking hippo.
Yeah.
They say that they're super territorial and they just bite people in half.
Dude, have you seen the video where like they put like a watermelon in its mouth and just demolishes it?
No, I haven't, but I need to watch that.
It's
awesome.
actually scary. It's actually pretty terrifying. They just
they drown you as well.
Yeah, they just hold you down.
They have the strongest bite of any land animal.
Holy crap.
Are you watching the video?
Yes. It's like nothing for the hippo. Oh,
dude, it's nothing. It just
so bad.
Just like
some braces.
Bear trap.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's what it is.
All right, Matt, you never fully committed to your animal. You said like zebra, giraffe, dog. What are you committing to? Because I'm going with gorilla. JP is going...
like tiger.
Tiger.
That would be fun to cuddle with.
What about a lion?
Yeah.
Well, JP already went tiger.
No, that's fine. Go for a lion.
Those are two different ones. Tiger and a lion.
I mean, I feel like you gotta go fish.
Fish? Are you freaking kidding me?
Like
what am I gonna do with a fish? I'm just gonna eat him. If you gave me a fish,
you gotta make it like the most exotic pet, and then just fucking eat it.
All right, let's see.
Like that dude Mugabe in Africa. You know who I'm talking about? The warlord in Africa.
No.
He'll have like a 400-year-old tortoise for dinner.
No.
Yeah. Look that guy up if you want to like see the most horrible piece of shit. The most horrible piece of shit in the world.
Dude,
He'll
that's
have like a 400-year-old tortoise and an endangered rhino burger.
Did you ever see that episode of Drake and Josh when they saw the orangutan and that guy's trying to eat him?
No.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what? You've never seen that? It's like yeah, I don't know. Like there's a photo shoot at like the theater, and an orangutan comes and they buy the orangutan, and then this guy offers them like thousands for it, and then like Megan's like, oh, he's like been to prison for eating orangutans before. I don't know, something like that.
Is that something that's another thing that could not be made today?
Yeah, probably.
Like,
Sponsored by PETA.
Tropic Thunder, Drake and Josh,
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre could not be made today, which sucks. PC culture has come too far. But anyway,
it's about to be over, I think.
Yeah, the pendulum is starting to swing back the other direction.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I've been hearing a lot of comics recently say like how like they really just don't care anymore. Because no matter what you say, you're gonna end up on like Twitter's like front page.
Yeah, and I mean streamers too. You see a lot of people avoiding, like a lot of large YouTubers are avoiding streaming or going live just because they're scared of saying something.
Yeah,
you know. And there's things you shouldn't say, but
the famous PewDiePie
on the bridge in PUBG, which I guess he's going to that other streaming platform,
D-Live
or whatever.
Dude, they probably paid him so much for that.
Yeah, I bet.
I wonder what it would cost to get PewDiePie on the podcast. I wonder what his going rate is.
Did you guys see speaking of like games and like streamers and stuff? Did you guys see Tifu's response to FaZe?
No.
He just wants him to release the contract, like to show the public that they've been like screwing him over. Just because like he signed the contract when he was like what was he, like 18 or 17, and he was like I guess he was just like a kid that really didn't know better, and he didn't know he was like gonna blow up as much as he did, and like so he wants to get out of his contract.
Well, I feel like didn't FaZe Banks claim that they were going to revise the contract anyway, or they were in the process of it?
Well, I mean, he was saying like, yeah, like he like for like a couple months now, he's been trying to help him, but I mean, FaZe Banks is saying that he's been trying to fix the contract, and then Tifu's saying like they've been trying for 6 months, and that's too long for him. So he had to like take action into his own hands.
I guess.
I don't really know too much about it.
Yeah, I'm not super into that part of it either. Matt is a much closer follower of YouTube drama than I am. We'll probably talk more about YouTube drama on our next episode if we don't have a guest, but I mean this one was more about the guest, and we really appreciate you coming on, JP.
Oh yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me.
Maybe one closing question. Let's see here. What's your guys' favorite game console of all time?
Ooh.
Not counting PC, of course.
Wow.
I would have to say the one that had the most impact on me and that I played the most of would be just PS2, dude. That was my first console that was mine, And
a lot of hits on the PS2 as well.
Yeah, great games. It was just a console you could just put in the game and play. And I have memories of... And then Xbox would be followed closely because the Xbox is the first one that I remember having parties and having like 10 friends over and playing Halo split screen on like 3 TVs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say that generation would kind of be my bullshit answer because I don't want to commit to one. But it would be the PS2 and Xbox generation.
JP?
I'll go with N64. Definitely some classics on there. Anything with 64 at the end, you got my attention.
Yeah.
Copy
you should get one of those flat bill hats that has the 64 logo on them.
Oh yeah. I have a bunch of like Pokemon flat bill hats.
There you go. What do you think about this Pokemon movie as a Nintendo fan?
I haven't seen that one.
Were you excited that there was a Pokemon movie, or?
Not really. I just know how video game movies can be, but I heard it's actually like one of the best. I also don't really like. Is it Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, and then Sega was like, well, "We got to do it too," and then they pushed this Sonic movie out before it was done.
The Sonic movie looks like absolute trash, but Detective Pikachu looks like it could be okay. Like it's not probably like great, but it could be okay.
Yeah, the Sonic movie, man, the memes. Oh,
I think
man.
Detective Pikachu is a step in the right direction, for sure.
Yeah. So, Matt, what about your favorite game console of all time? You never answered.
I would say probably the 360. I just like spend so much time playing it, and like kind of like what you said, going over to a friend's house and just like having like parties and like playing Halo 3 and Halo Reach till like 3 a.m. in the morning. But then I also loved the PSP. That was so cool. Like taking it to school and like hiding behind like a tree or something like that and just playing it during recess was like my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, and I remember they had a cord that you could hook two together and like play Major League Baseball and shit against each other.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. My cousin had one. I never did. And those games were so weird. They were like a disc inside a little plastic thing.
Yeah, like a little cartridge or whatnot.
Yeah. And they had like movies that they sold.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's true.
What a shitty idea.
I literally said bring that shit back, and at the same time you said what a shitty idea. Like at literally at the same time. So great minds think differently, I guess.
It was ahead of its time. No, I'm kidding. No, but then like it kind of sucks because then they try to remake it, or I guess like make a new one, the PS Vita, and it didn't really do as well.
Yeah, it flopped. Because they were like, pause your PS4 gameplay and then take it with you on the PS Vita.
Which was actually really cool.
Yeah,
but 13 people bought it.
Cool.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah. All right, thanks everybody so much for tuning in. Thank you to Mad, my co-host, and JP, our guest, so much. Thank you so much for being on the show, JP. We really appreciate it. Thank you to the Anchor app for making this possible. Make sure you're tuning in. Stay in tune for what we got planned. We got Man on the Street stuff planned. We got more guests planned. Just let us know what you think. Give us a message on the Anchor app, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.